मैंने तो सब ठीक किया था, लेकिन कुछ नहीं हो पाया। आपको तो आसानी लगेगा क्योंकि हो गया। हेलो यार, तेरा तो हो गया, तू तो स्क्रीनिंग है। Hello everyone. So today myself Shlok, I'm standing here to share my experience of SSB and how I prepare and how I was able to sail through the SSB. So first of all, I want to tell you that I was recommended from 12 SSB Bangalore. That was from 27th of August to 31 of August. So starting from the main uh, part, that is the written part, that how can you prepare for your written and how you can clear it. So the main factor that is in the written exam, that is time. First of all, whether you are having 6 to 7 months or less than 6 to 7 months, 3 to 4 months. So that depend. The preparation of your test depends on that thing. That whether you are having 3 to 4 months. Suppose you are having 3 to 4 months and you have not studied yet a single thing about the NDA, that how you can prepare and how you can manage the paper. So there are some things that you have to avoid. First of all, the topics that you don't know, that will take a lot of time. Talking about myself, as I was not able to solve the integration more, so I know that that will take a lot of time. Solving the integration, understanding the concepts of integration will would have taken a hell lot of time. Around 1 to 2 months will be my 2 or 3 months will be in the integration only. So I try to skip the integration part so that I can focus on the other things that I can where I can improve myself and through which I can clear my exam. Suppose you are having around 7 to 8 months, then you can prepare, then you can go topic wise, that this topic and then other topic. Then you have time. If you don't have time, then you have to go strategy wise, that how you have to prepare according to your time. The main factor, as I told, that is time. Now second thing is that SSB. So I will share my experience. I know that SSB seems to be a tough process, but if you say that आपको तो आसानी लगेगा क्योंकि हो गया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि है आसान। जो ऐसे कहते हैं कि रिटर्न, जिसका रिटर्न नहीं होता वो कहते हैं रिटर्न मुश्किल है, जिसका हो गया वो कह देता है आसान है रिटर्न। ये जिसका एसएसबी नहीं होता वो कह देता है एसएसबी मुश्किल है, जिसका हो गया वो कह देता है एसएसबी आसान है। तो है आसान एसएसबी, उसी टाइम पे मुश्किल भी है। अगर आप उसके बारे में जो कुछ बेसिक नॉलेज भी नहीं है थोड़ी-सी, तो वो आपके लिए मुश्किल ऑटोमैटिकली हो जाएगी। So starting from my first day, that is screening test, I tell that as around 90 candidates reported at 12 SSB Bangalore. First of all, I reached at 3 a.m. in the morning, and the reporting time was 6 a.m. So I was able to get only around 2 hours of sleep, and without eating anything, I reported on the center. So first of all, our documents were verified, and after that, we were provided with breakfast. So after breakfast, we were told to sit in a hall where we will solve our IQ questions that are reasoning. There are two types of reasoning: non-verbal and verbal reasoning. The time will be given to you according to the questions. After that screening test, we were shown a picture on which we have to write a story in 4 minutes. For 30 seconds, we have to observe the picture. In my picture, a lady officer was standing in a dress, not a officer. We can take it as an uniform, and a soldier was standing holding the gun with in his hand. So it was clear that they are holding he is holding a gun and he is in a uniform. So it was clear for me. It was enough for me to write the story on this. So after that, we wrote stories, and we were given some time to revise our story so that we can narrate them well. Standards, the people there, I would not say the standards, but the preparation, the level of the preparation they were having, it was not up to the mark. They were the story was about the uniform, and 2 or 3 of them are writing about the exploring tourism, enhancing tourism. And one of the stories was like this, that they were firing artillery, and while firing artillery, a bruise came. So it is not a common sense that while firing your artillery, then what level of damage it can cause. It is not a bruise, so it can cause a hell lot of damage while firing artillery. So basic common sense and some logical thinking, that I think it is enough. And while narrating, the main thing depends on your narration. Suppose your narration is good, you will get enough confidence to participate in group discussion, and people around you will see that yeah, this candidate is speaking well and his narration is good. So while you will try to interrupt in the group discussion, everyone will give you a chance to speak, because in back of mind they are having this thing that yeah, this candidate is having good story and he has a good narrating skills. So after narrating the story, you have the ASO in the group discussions also. And after the group discussion, uh, the group has to choose one member from the group that will narrate the common story of the group. In the group discussion, you have to come to the common conclusion. So in the common conclusion, you can, in my group, what happened that some of them are telling about NCC. My story was that uh, they are trying to stop the infiltration in the Rajasthan area, that we have seen that they are passing through the drugs in the Rajasthan, as most of us are aware. So my story was on that lines. But two or three candidates in our group was having that the lady officer which was standing in the uniform was CO of the NCC camp, and she has taken charge to improve the shooting of the cadets in the NCC camp. So I found this story more relevant to the picture. So I was not I was not standing on my story, because I know this story is more relevant. I spoke one time that yes, candidates, friends, we should go with my story, because as we have seen the many infiltration through the Rajasthan border, and the youth of the Punjab and Haryana is affected through this because of the drugs, and they are not able, unemployment is also increasing because of this. But I was enough clear that my the three assessors that were sitting in front of me was able to hear that. So none of them agrees. So I wasn't. I switched my topic and came to the story that most of the group was agreeing. So as my background is from Sainik school, so I know what happens in NCC camp. So I know that what kind of training you get in a NCC camp, and how CO commands the group. So I was standing out from the group, that I knew everything about the NCC camp. So I was able to contribute in the group discussion. If you have the knowledge about the things, then you will get confidence automatically. Confidence is directly proportional to, in mathematical terms, we can say it is directly proportional to knowledge. If you have knowledge, then confidence will automatically will be in you. So after group discussion, I was, as my group, I participated in the group discussion. My narration was good. So the time came when the GTO asked that okay, candidate choose one member who can narrate the common story for all of you. So all of them, my chest number was 51 at that time before screening, and all of them said, yeah, chest number 51, you should narrate the story. So I stood up and thanked the group members. Then I continued with my group story, that we came to a common conclusion. After coming out from that room, all of were discussing about that who can get. At that point of time, you will be having yar hoga and yoga, because you have performed NFL. And after we came out of the hall, everyone was coming to me and saying hello, यार तेरा तो हो गया, तू तो स्क्रीनिंग है. तो बैक ऑफ द माइंड यही रहता है कि नहीं, क्या पता नहीं भी हो, ये तो मतलब सब ऐसे ही कहते हैं कि तेरा होगा, ये नहीं कहते कि मेरा होगा उस टाइम पे. तो उस आई वाज दो आई वाज एनफ कॉन्फिडेंट, बिकॉज आई हैव परफॉर्म्ड वेल इन द स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट. So after screening around 30, I told you that we 33 were screened in. So as I told you that, let me tell you that I was screened out from Visakhapatnam last time. Before the recommendation, I was screened out. So after getting screened out, it comes to mind that मतलब जब you come out of the center after getting screened out, you ये दिमाग में रहता है, यार मैंने तो सब ठीक किया था लेकिन कुछ नहीं हो पाया. उस टाइम पे तो ये लगता है कि यार मैंने सब किया था, उसने उससे अच्छा मैंने किया था जो स्क्रीनिंग हो गया, लेकिन मैं क्यों नहीं हुआ, मेरे में क्या, मतलब उस टाइम पे लगता है कि यार किस्मत ही खराब है, ये बोलते हैं, ये नहीं कहते कि हमने मेरी गलती थी. उस टाइम पे सब यही बोलेंगे कि यार मैंने बहुत अच्छा किया था, मैंने सब किया था, लेकिन उसने तो मेरे से भी अच्छा नहीं किया था, वो मेरे से मतलब आई वाज बेटर देन हिम, दो ही सिलेक्टेड. पर धीरे-धीरे आफ्टर गेटिंग out of the center, as I reached home, I realized, everyone realizes that हाँ, यहाँ गलती रही है कहीं न कहीं। ऐसे तो मेरी जो फर्स्ट टाइम पे प्रिपरेशन में आई वाज़ नॉट इनफ, माय नरेशन वाज़ नॉट अप टू द मार्क। सो आई वाज़ नॉट गिवन अ चांस टू स्पीक इन द ग्रुप डिस्कशन even. When I used to speak in the group discussion, they stopped me, or I was not enough clear to interrupt in the group. So basically, after getting skinned out, मेरे दिमाग में तो यही था कि यार मैंने अच्छा किया है, लेकिन बाद में पता चला कि हाँ यहाँ गलती है। जो उस टाइम पे तो ये लगता है कि नहीं यार क्यों नहीं हुआ? मैंने किया था लेकिन हुआ क्यों नहीं? तो ये ऐसा फैक्टर नहीं है कि मैंने अच्छा किया, तो कभी-कभार हो जाता है कि अच्छा करते हो नहीं हो पाता है। लेकिन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इट इज़ दैट द mistake lies within you. So after let me come to the SSB procedure day 2. On day 2 it was psych test. In the psych test, as 11 pictures were shown to us and 12th one was blank, and each story has to complete it within 4 minutes. We get the instructions from psychologist, and we wrote stories around took around 1 hour to write the stories. After writing stories, the it came for vet is word association test, and in 60 minutes, in 30, you will get 60 words, and in 15 seconds we have to write the sentences on that. But as soon as I wrote 30 sentences without any hesitation, but as soon as 31 word came, I was not able to write sentence on the that word. At that point of time I was nervous. At that point of time I was nervous that यार इतनी जल्दी एक ही वर्ड में से नहीं हो पाया तो मैं क्या करूँगा? तो मैंने क्या किया, तो उस वर्ड को जो 31 कॉलम था उसके आगे वर्ड नोट डाउन कर लिया। फिर ऐसे-ऐसे 32, 33 हो गया, फिर 39 में से नहीं लिखा गया दोबारा। ऐसे मैं आई वाज़ एट द एंड ऑफ द टेस्ट आई वाज़ एबल टू राइट ओनली 48 sentences, not complete 60 sentences. But after that, we were given 5 minutes of break, and in break, I realized that what are the best sentences that I can write on those words. After 5 minutes, we came back to the hall where where we are giving a psychologist test. In that when after that you are given the SRT test, and in SRT, before SRT, instruction will be given to you. While the psychologist was giving instruction, I was writing those words, 12 words. So I was not able to listen the psychologist instructions as I was writing. So I tell you that try to complete the sentences, because after that how you can complete your sentences, that is preparation. Prepare as much as you can. Suppose write 2 or 3 sentences on each word. Whether some face problems, that I have my friend who was facing problems in the starting, that he is not able to think the sentences on some words. So I told that how I prepared. I took one word and took around 3 to 4 minutes to write the sentences that could be the best sentence on that word. So I wrote in this manner. I wrote around 3 to 4 sentences on each word. So this developed my thinking, and after taking this test, I started reducing time. It after as I told you that it took me 3 to 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, I came to 2 minutes. I came to 1 minute, then 30 seconds, then 20 seconds. Like this, I was able to cope up with the weight. After that, SRT. In SRT you are given situation, and in the situation you have to complete the situation, that after this happens, after that what will you do? So 66 situations were given. I was able to complete only 38, because as my writing is not so good, as I was trying to give my best handwriting, so in this thing I left out my SRTs. After that SRT, you are given time around 15 minutes of time to complete the self description. In self description, you have to write what your parents think about you, what your teachers think about you, what your friends think about you, and what person you want to become, and what you think about yourself. So 15 minutes were given, and after 15, the psychologist test was over. After the test, it was our lunch time. So the interview starts on the second day of the SSB procedure. That is after the psychologist test. My chest number after the screening test was chest number 14. So the JCO came, and in during the lunch, the JCO came and told that, yeah, from chest number one, then chest number two, then chest number three, then chest number four. According to these things, we will have our interviews. So I was quite relaxed that my chest number is 14. It will take a lot of time. Whether it may come tomorrow also, because in 14, calculating. Uh, 1 hour for each interview, it will take around 10 hours, so my turn will not come till tomorrow. So I was quite relaxed. After the lunch, I came and slept. But as soon as I slept, I was, मैं कम से कम 10-12 मिनट सोया था, लेकिन तभी जैसे आ गया कि तेरा इंटरव्यू है। तो हाँ यार, ऐसे कैसे हुआ? मेरा इंटरव्यू मतलब चेस्ट नंबर अकॉर्डिंग चल रहा था। आई वाज चेस्ट नंबर 14, एंड आफ्टर चेस्ट नंबर 4 आई वाज कॉल्ड. So I prepared, and trimmed my beard, and then I came to the uh, where our interviews were held. So after in the interview, I was waiting outside. In the waiting room, there was a diary. In that diary, it was written that how many India have fought war after independence. I read those things, and then after reading, I was just remembering that what can the questions that interview may ask me. So because I came to the Bangalore from flight. So it may strike my mind that interview may ask me that what height the aeroplane was flying. So two candidates were in the waiting room. So I asked other one. He told me around 11,000 feet or 12,000 feet. Okay, my turn came, and as soon as I entered the interview room, so he asked me, Shlok, साइकोलॉजिस्ट टेस्ट में तो आपके पास टाई नहीं थी, अब टाई कहाँ से आ गई? मैं बैठा भी नहीं था, उसने इंटरव्यू में रूम में घुसते ही उसने मुझसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछ दिया। मैं इसको कैसे पता मेरे पास सुबह टाई नहीं थी, अब मेरे पास टाई है। तो मैंने सोचा, अगर मैं ये बोलूँगा कि सर मैं टाई लेके नहीं आया, तो ये होगा कि इसमें कहीं न कहीं ये लगेगा कि ही इज़ इर्रेस्पॉन्सिबल। सो आई केम विद अ बेटर आइडिया, सो आई टोल्ड हिम दैट सर, व्हाइल राइटिंग द साइकोलॉजिस्ट टेस्ट, आई वाज़ नॉट कंफर्टेबल व्हाइल wearing tie. So I dropped out the idea of wearing tie. Now it seems good while you are interview and you are wearing tie. ओके, ओके, उसने बोला ठीक है। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज़, ओके, किस फ्लाइट में आए थे? मैंने बताया सर, फ्लाइट का नाम बताया, और कितनी हाइट पे उड़ रही थी फ्लाइट? मैं तो अभी ये पढ़ के आया हूँ, अभी पूछ के आया हूँ, तो मैंने फट से आंसर दे दिया कि सर 11,000 फीट। हिज नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज़ हिज नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज़, ओके, कन्वर्ट द फीट इंटू मीटर्स। I have no idea that at what height in meters the aeroplane was flying. तो मैंने सोचा कि एक ही उसमें फीट में कितने मीटर होते हैं, उस हिसाब से कैलकुलेट करने लग गया। तो मैं कहा, सर इट विल टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम। नो, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, आई एम सिटिंग हियर, आई हैड माय लंच, नो प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन कैलकुलेट। क्योंकि मेरे को पता नहीं था कि तो मैंने बोल दिया कि सर टाइम लगेगा। तो मैंने बोल दिया, सर 1 फीट में इतने मीटर होते हैं, 0.33 मीटर होते हैं। यू आर राइट। देन 11,000 को कन्वर्ट करो। तो मैंने टाइम लिया थोड़ा-सा, अप्रॉक्स बताया मैंने, सर अराउंड 3,000 टू 4,000 मीटर। बोला ओके, सो दीज़ आर यू आर टेलिंग अबाउट 3 टू 4 किलोमीटर। मैंने फिर सोचा, मैं कहा एरोप्लेन 3 टू 4 किलोमीटर तो नहीं उड़ता, और ऊपर उड़ता होगा, क्योंकि बादलों से ऊपर उड़ता है, और 3 टू 4 किलोमीटर क्लाउड तो नहीं होते। लेकिन बाद में ठीक था मैं यहाँ पे, लेकिन उस इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे मेरे को लगा कि नहीं, 3-4 किलोमीटर तो बहुत कम है। So these were the things, and the other questions. The next question I was asked that, as my interview was for Navy, so I was asked about the coastal states of India. So from east to west. So I named all of them. I forgot about Karnataka, and my SSB was in Bangalore itself. So he asked me, "Shlok, you are forgetting one name." तो मैंने, नो सर, आई हैव टोल्ड ऑल ऑफ देम, यू आर फॉरगेटिंग। मैंने सोचा फिर, हाँ, हाँ, मैंने कर्नाटका बोल दिया। तो मैंने डायरेक्ट कर्नाटका नहीं बोला कि सर कर्नाटका, तो मैंने उसको बोला कि सर, वी आर द स्टेट इन व्हिच वी आर सिटिंग नाउ, नो वी आर नॉट सिटिंग इन स्टेट स्लोक। हाँ, यस सर। वी आर सिटिंग इन बैंगलोर एंड इट्स द कैपिटल ऑफ कर्नाटका। ओके, so he in the interview I was asked from my PIQ in 10th class. In my PIQ, in PIQ there is a section where you have to write your percentage of 10th class and 12th class. So in 10th class, I secured 86%. It was, I think it is good. 86% is a good. But in 12th, I secured 70%. So then I knew that he will ask me that why there is a percentage drop. So he asked me that, Shlok, there is a 16 percentage drop in your numbers. So will you please give me the reason for this? So the reason for that I gave that, sir, I was preparing for NDA exam, so I was not able to write the subjective answers. And in NDA, you have to write optional. So I was not habitual of writing subjective answer. That is why there is a percentage drop in my 12th class. So he was quite satisfied with this answer. But as I was not able to give the answer that in that attempt, first attempt, when I was in 12th class, I was not able to clear my written exam. But he didn't came to that question. I was lucky there that didn't ask me that question. So after that, the normal questions, family questions, personal questions. Then from hobbies, he asked, "What are your hobbies?" Nothing from that page. And after it came to sports, so he asked me, "Slok, yeah, yes sir. Do you run in the morning?" Yes sir. So tell me your speed." Sir, I run around 3 to 3 kilometers. For it is normal jogging. "Well, okay, tell your speed." So I again took a lot of time to calculating the speeds, and I calculated it wrong. And I told him that, sir, 0.01 kilometer per hour. ना बस इतना ही ये तो इतने तो आई वाज सर मैं कैलकुलेशन में कहीं न कहीं गड़बड़ है, तो मैंने बता दिया, सर कैलकुलेशन में गलती हो गई। तो इन्होंने बोला, अच्छा कैसे कैलकुलेट की? तो पता ही है कि डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम करके मैंने बता दिया सर। मैंने बोला ओके, ओके कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। तो दीज़ वर द इंटरव्यू in interview, while I was not able to answer the questions, that I was taking time while calculating the things, I was just smiling, sir, yes sir, yes sir. So at any point of time, I don't let the interview feel me that yeah, he is nervous. So interview was over. Next day was of GTO. Then GTO, there are we have group discussion in starting of the day one of GTO, or the SSB procedure day 3. So the first group discussion was held. My chest number was 14, and so the chest number 13 who sat beside me. As I was trying before group discussion, everyone was saying, यार बोलने का मौका देना है सबको, बोलेंगे और जो भी बोले उसको ज़्यादा नहीं बोलना, जो भी बोले उसको बोलने का मौका देना है। सब ज उस टाइम पे तो सब हाँ, हाँ, देंगे, मौका देंगे। एज़ सून एज़ ग्रुप डिस्कशन स्टार्टेड, सब बोलने स्टार्ट, कोई कोई किसी को मौका नहीं दे रहा। तो आई वाज़ ट्राइंग टू इंटरप्ट इन द ग्रुप डिस्कशन। चेस्ट नंबर एज़ आई स्टार्टेड स्पीकिंग, चेस्ट नंबर 13 हेल्ड माय हैंड। सो आई लुक्ड एट हिम। उसने फिर मेरा हाथ छोड़ दिया। तो जैसे ही मैं दोबारा बोलने की कोशिश करूँ, फिर मेरा हाथ पकड़ ले। तो जीटीओ वाज़ स्टैंडिंग सिटिंग बिहाइंड मी। सो मैं पीछे मुड़ के भी नहीं देख सकता कि सर ये मेरा हाथ, मैं ऐसे कह भी नहीं सकता कि देख भी नहीं सकता। तो बस मैंने उसकी एक बार देखा, उसने वो नहीं माना, वो बार-बार मेरा हाथ पकड़ रहा था। तो यहाँ जैसे चेस्ट नंबर 16 तक वो उसका हाथ जा रहा था कि तू बैठ, मैं बोलूँगा, तू बैठ मैं बोलूँगा। तो जीटीओ को लगा, जीटीओ मेरे आगे आके बैठ गया फिर उस इंसिडेंट के बाद। तो मेरे को लगा हाँ, जीटीओ ने नोटिस कर ली ये बात, तो मैं इसको कुछ नहीं कहूँगा। हाथ पकड़ रहा है तो पकड़ा रहने दे, मैं कुछ नहीं कहता इसको। सो इन द you will find some people in the group itself that will stop you, that will interrupt you, but you, at that point of time, that is the presence of mind will help you. Suppose if I scold him in middle of the group discussion, snatched my hand from his hand, so it will have a negative impact on the GTO. So I tried to be calm and just let the GTO see whatever he is doing. So next was our PGT task. So in PGT, he was in our group only test number 13. So the instructions were given that you will not step on the ground. So I was standing on one obstacle, and he was behind me on another obstacle. So I asked him to, for a one, the gentleman, please pass me the rope. So he took the rope on his shoulder and started walking like this. And on the walking on the ground, he held me the rope. We were all watching him, that how he is walking on the ground. He's not using any obstacles. We were all shocked that how he is watching, how he is walking on the ground. So one group member scolded him, gentlemen, what are you doing this, you don't listen the instructions. So at that point of time I tried to be calm and just stop both of them. Then, gentlemen, it may be a mistake, then please take care next time, this should not happen next time. So GTO will prefer me rather than preferring him, that who scolded his teammate, his group mate. So I just tried to say that, gentlemen, no problem. Please take it next time. This should not be happen next time. Rather than scolding him, I just make him understand that this is the wrong. So these things, that the main thing is the presence of mind, that how you react to the things at that point of time. While preparing for the SSB, you may not face the situation that you will be facing there. So the main thing that your mind should be present there. Taking example of the presence of mind from my SSB, that was in lecturate. My lecturate topic was the religion and the governance, that how they both are interlinked. And the test number 11, that was from our group, his topic was article 44. So I listened his lecturate properly. My lecturate came and I was preparing. As I has listened, उसका मैंने पूरा ध्यान से सुना था कि उसने क्या बोला है. तो रिलीजन एंड गवर्नेंस में तो उसका था आर्टिकल 44, दैट इज़ यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड. तो मैंने उसका टॉपिक था, उसके टॉपिक को भी अपने टॉपिक के अंदर इंक्लूड कर लिया. अगर आप उस टाइम पे कुछ भी पॉइंट भूल जाते हो, क्योंकि परफॉर्मिंग इन द प्रेशर ऑफ परफॉर्मिंग इन SSB, there are chances that you may forget something. But I listened him properly, so I was able to take things from his lecturate and I added the things on in my lecturate. GTO को ये भी लगेगा कि हाँ, कि ये बंदा ध्यान से सुन रहा था इसकी बातें, क्योंकि उसने उससे 2 दिन पहले ही उसका लेक्चरेट हुआ है, उसकी चीज़ को अपने लेक्चरेट के अंदर इंक्लूड किया है. So next, this is was how our lecturate was done, and telling about the GP, that is group learning exercise. In that you will be given some series of problems and you have to solve with the help of your group members. And after writing the solutions of the problems, you will be given time to discuss in the group and to come to the common solutions of the group of the problems you are given. So in the after discussing, I gave enough reasoning that, yes, gentlemen, why should we choose this path rather than choosing this path, because time factor is there, we have to reach here in less time, here in more time. So I gave some these reasoning points in the GP. This was enough for me to clear the GP. But in narrating, that from one person has to give the common solutions to the GTO. So my test number was 14. So 2 or 3 members of the group said that test number 15 you can give the group solution. So he was sitting beside me. So I looked at him. So he looked at me. So he said, no, I will not give. As soon as he denied, I raised my hand. Sir, I will give the solution. So no group member can say that you can't give the solution, because that will be not in their favor. So as soon as he said that I will not give the solution, I raised my hand. Yeah, sir, I will give the solution. So these things, you will not be facing these things while preparing your SSB. These things will be happen. It may be there may be a chances that while preparing you may face these things. But while SSB, the main thing is that is presence of mind. That while doing the task, your mind should be at that task only, not roaming around here and there. After the completion of task, it is the matter of 3 to 4 hours in a day. After the completion of task, you can freely enjoy your day. You can move out of the center and enjoy the ride in the Bangalore city. So the this was I tackled my GTO. After GTO, it was time of conference, so everyone was nervous because it was the selection time and it was the final time. It may say that the result time. So test number 14, as soon as test number 13 left the conference hall, it took 10 minutes to call me as they were discussing about me. It gives me a confidence that ki you have something that they are discussing about. There may be some doubt, or they may be clearing that if this candidate should be cleared or not. So as soon as I entered the conference hall, the first question that was asked to me, Sir Shlok, what you learned from the Sainik school? Uh, I told him about that what I learned from the Sainik school, about cooperation, how we can live on our own without the help of our parents, how friendly with each other, how we cope up with the situations, with the problems without the parents. So these things I told him. So after the main question that I was afraid that they may ask, that was percentage drop. I was asked again in the conference that why there is a percentage drop. I told them the same answer that I gave in my interview. Okay, so they asked me about my preference. That was my preference was Naval Academy. So in Naval Academy, you will be given technical side. So he told me that look, your preference is Naval Academy, and you will be given technical side in the Naval Academy, and your percentage in 12th class is so low, then how you will be able to cope up with the technical things, as you are not aware of, you are not up to the mark in the studies, and you will require more studies in the Naval Academy. So I was not having answer of these questions because I hadn't prepared. I ever don't think that this question may be asked to me. As soon as I was not able to answer this question, my interviewing officer looked at my GTO, and his his head like this. I thought that they were having doubt on something, and it was not clear. So he is denying that we should not clear this candidate, because at that point of time everything is on your selection. Your thinking is that whether I am selected or not. Nothing else come to your mind. It is the main thing is that will I be selected or not. As soon as I saw that GTO, my interviewing officer, is shaking his head like this, I thought that I may have something that is not able to clear my SSB interview. As my interview was not up to the mark, so I think that the interviewing officer was having some doubt on me, so he is not able to clear that doubt. So I came outside conference hall. So I was telling my friends that what happened in the conference hall, what they all asked me. So after these things, the main thing came, that was the announcement of result. The announcement of the result, as soon as our officer came and said that as soon as I will call the test number, you will say your date of birth and your name. So he started with test number 2. In our group, test number 2, it was his last attempt, and he was conference out 3 times previously. Only 3 times conference out. His chest number was called. He started crying there only. As the officer said that you have to call your name and date of birth loudly. So he didn't go to him. He sat there and started crying. So he was quite furious. I told you, not you have cleared only SSB. This is not a big deal. You have to face many problems like this. He is उसने बहुत डाँट दिया उसको, तो फिर उसके बाद सीरीज़ में बोलता गया माई टेस्ट नंबर 14 केम, मैं भागा गया। तो आई उस टाइम पे अगस्त का महीना था, तो मैंने अपनी डेट ऑफ बर्थ में अगस्त बता दिया इन द एक्साइटमेंट। माई डेट ऑफ बर्थ सर, माई डेट ऑफ बर्थ 23rd ऑफ अगस्त 2023। मैंने उसको ये बोला सर 2023। अभी पैदा हुआ। सर नहीं सर, तो डेट ऑफ बर्थ बता अपनी। वो फिर गुस्से में बोला, फिर मैंने अपनी डेट ऑफ बर्थ बताई। तो दिस दिस वाज़ हाउ आई वाज़ एबल टू क्लियर माई एसएसबी। So I want to tell you that some things that I learned from there, that what should we do during the interview, main thing that is interview. My friend whose interview was taken by the person that who took my interview. So he asked him a question that sir, that yeah, his name was Harris. So Harris, why do you want to join Navy? So his answer was that sir, नेवी वालों की है ना सर वाइफ बहुत सुंदर होती है. His answer was that. So he was being so casual at that time that he was not thinking of selection. So being casual at these things will not help you. You have to be serious in these things. You can be a good joke cracker, but not at that point of time. You crack your joke on somewhere else. You have to be serious, and you have to give your all answers thoughtfully. So this was how I was able to sail through SSB. Yes. Any questions you want to ask me? If you have any question, then you can write down in the comment. I will try to answer them. Thank you.